Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very good. Today we'll learn about the area method in algebra. And you may ask, what is this? What are you talking about? Well, for starters, we can just see how great of a visual tool this strategy could be. And so right here, you might see three different triangles or squares. This is a square. This could be a rectangle square depending on what x is, and this will be a square. And so let's do a small recall. Since we will be dealing with algebra and specifically area, let's do a quick recall. Area, what's area? What's area? Area is just length times width, or you can call it side times side, as long as they are on different sides. I know that's kind of confusing, so let's just keep it as length times width. Yeah. And so let's start with this small square. What's the area here? Well, we have one as one side and one on the other side. One is the length, one is the width. So we have 1 times 1, which equals 1. And what about the one here in the middle? Well, we have 1 times x. 1 times x. That would just be x. And for this square right here, we have x times x. Length and width are both x. So we'll be left with x squared. That's our area for this square. And so when working these out, what do you think will be our purpose? How can we use this in the future? If you said something along the lines of to multiply, you're definitely correct. We can use our ideas by looking at tiles to multiply. And so we can start with x plus 2 times x plus 1. And our first step, the first thing we'll do is represent x plus 2. What's x plus 2? X plus 2, well, we need to have a rectangle or square, depending on what x is, that will guarantee an area of x, such as right here. The area is x. Then we have small squares that represent 2. Since you have 2 squares with area 1. And for x plus 1, we have another square rectangle with area x. Area is still x, but you only have one small square with area 1. And so take a guess on what this will take us. And what are the results, you may ask? Well, we are going to multiply each of these elements on this side with the ones on the other side. And so for starters, just let's say we have x and x. I know this is kind of wonky, but you'll have x times x for one rectangle, area equals x times x. But you're multiplying this rectangle with area x times that rectangle of area x. And then you have another rectangle with area x. Since you're multiplying this rectangle right here with area x times this square right here with area 1. You're multiplying both of these together. And so by repeating the same steps with the other elements down here, since you have we're multiplying this times this and this times that, and we can do the same thing here, multiply this times that. And now we're just left with this times this again. I know that's kind of wonky drawings, wonky. And so you have, right here, let's see, you have 1 with area x times x, 3 with area x times 1, and 2 with area 1 times 1. With these results, with the multiplication, what do you think will be our next step? If you said add, you're definitely correct. We're going to be adding all of those rectangles or squares, depending on which one. So we have 1 with area x squared. We have 3 with area x times 1. We have 3 of these. So we have 3 of these. And as I said before, we have 1 of each small squares right here. And so when you add all of these together, you will have x squared plus x plus x plus x plus 1 plus 1, since that will be the total area of all of these shapes. And so area will basically just be x cubed plus 3x plus 2. And that will be our final answer. Now, I would like you guys to answer this following question. And I'll give you some time to work this out. So please pause this video and work this out using what we did on the previous problem. After organizing what you have, please take a guess on what you think the area would be. And so if you got something like this, x squared plus 5x plus 6 as your final answer, you definitely got all those steps of that knowledge in. And so just as a recap of the work that could be shown, well, first you organize, then you multiply each. You can say, I'm going to multiply x plus 2, get each shape and multiply it times every single one on the other side. Or you can say x plus 3, I'm going to get all of the shapes there and multiply times the ones in x plus 2. As long as you have results that look like these of all the shapes, when then you take into account how many there are of each. And again, the last step would just be add everything that you have after multiplying, and that will let you get x squared plus 5x plus 6. And just as an extension, just for future reference or future knowledge, in the future, use these ideas of tiles to see how we can use tiles to multiply x minus 2 times x plus 3. That's an extension problem for y'all to solve. And I hope you can use what we have learned so far to see how you can multiply this out. I would really suggest you to try this out just to have some fun. And so this is a little tip for you all. Please take a moment to read this, but I'll read it over for you. While negative area is not a thing, you can have negative area. Well, you can have negative area. Just multiply normally, but make a change. Instead of adding because you have a positive, you blank. You should know this. You should know what to do when you have a negative. Hopefully you take into my tip, and so at the end your final result will look something like this, as you keep in mind to do what you do when you have negatives. You don't add, you blank. Hopefully you took that tip and you can see how the final answer would look like. But if you got confused or you didn't get this, don't worry. Practice will come, and good effort so far for trying out in this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you take more. This was a good lesson. I really hope that you had fun here. Thank you.